Yeah, folks, Marvel Snap's newest card is Deafening Chord. This is a new collectible skill at Series 4 that is a little bit like a second Red Guardian, which probably not good news. I don't think Red Guardian's one of the most beloved cards, but this does have a few key distinctions, and I do think perhaps makes Deafening Chord a little weaker in my mind. I kind of felt some mixed feelings on this one today after playing it. In other words, I just didn't have that many moments it really seemed to make a big impact. So this one, unlike Red Guardian, specifically can only hit characters that cost 3 or less. So it does the same thing about negative power and removing text, but a little bit more isolated in its target. So, you can't hit the big crazy home run stuff like an Iron Man or a Dracula, for instance, in a discard deck, maybe that Dracula, but you can hit like a Morbius in a discard deck still with your Deafening Chord. And importantly, this doesn't have that targeting of Red Guardian where it targets the lowest power thing. So like even a Morbius that's already been buffed a bunch could still be hit by Deafening Chord. And, you don't have to, Red Guardian wouldn't perhaps be able to target that Morbius. Deafening Chord still could, but at the same time, occasionally it misses just because there's another small thing next to it. There's no targeting at all. So the opponent plays a swarm next to their Morbius. Suddenly you now only have, a 50-50. So what I'm getting at is there are moments where the targeting of Red Guardian is a downside, but there are also moments where the targeting of Red Guardian is kind of an upside because you have often a more reliable result. And I think that makes Deafening Chord a little iffier. Also, although there are, of course, a lot of great targets, Cerebro jumps out at me. It's a fantastic target for your Deafening Chord. 3 or less and your opponent's win condition, turning off its text is amazing. Looking through it, there's a lot of other targets where you just don't really do anything. You're just hitting random bodies and it's just kind of a 1 power debuff. And that's not necessarily enough. Even in this deck today, where I'm playing this almost more just because it's a skill and not even necessarily because of its effect. In other words, it's a great activator for your Werewolf by Night, a great activator for your Nicholas Scratch. Plays really well with Joaquin Torres to get an extra hit. You can actually hit 2 separate targets because this does not have that targeting of Red Guardian where it hones in on the same thing twice in a row. So you can actually hit 2 things with your Joaquin. I don't know if I actually ever did that to test that 100%, but it should based on its text anyway. Deafening Chord was a fine piece of the puzzle, but it didn't jump out at me as like a crazy powerful card. And I just, I think I recorded for like an hour and a half today, and I don't know that I had 1 or 2 moments maybe at max where Deafening Chord felt really impactful. That said, there are other ways to utilize it. Like I said, this is a skill deck. Using it as a skill, you could also use it as more of an affliction card. That negative power affliction could be great in something like an Ajax deck. So I'm 100% not writing it off, and I think there is still ultimately a lot of potential with this kind of effect, but it might not be as crazy as people thought, and it might be a little bit more meta dependent to some extent. Maybe not that general use sort of card like a Red Guardian, where it's just a tech card that you toss into a bunch of different decks. I don't know if it gets to that level, but of course, we'll keep an eye on it as more and more data rolls in. As the weeks go by, we'll get a better idea for what exactly this card can do, just how high its ceiling goes. I just don't think it's crazy high. That said, still some cool fun moments as you're about to see. All right, Clea on 1 is fine. Do you Squirrel Girl on 1? I don't know. I like it better for Merlin on 2. I like it better for Marvel Boy on 3, although Clea, still good for Marvel Boy as well, of course. Oh, hey, nice hits, dude. Let's go. Oh, hey, nice. Okay. So rewarded a little here. Also, with that green number, that turns on Superior Spider-Man as well. That's great. Really lucky hit. Taskmaster gone off the Ghost Rider. That's sick. It's a cool play. Isle of Silence could disrupt the opponent potentially if they're doing like Gore and Iron Man stuff in here. So let's keep that active, I guess. Omniversal mid, I do lose some power, so maybe we want to Omniversal left. Oh my god, so much energy this turn, I guess. Superior Cube is gone. Wins. Hey, Deafening Chord. Not really relevant right now unless you hit that Ice Cube exactly. Definitely not impossible, right? But I guess we go Scratch, Polymorph. Do you go for the cube? Maybe, right? It's a kind of nice 50-50. I don't know, like, if they are doing big Iron Man gore stuff, you know, this can't hit those anyway. It's only going to be able to hit 3 or less cost. So I guess technically I think that's probably fine, right? We don't actually need Clea. She's not getting buffed here. Let's see how this rolls, man. I can live with this. My hand is pretty empty for next turn, honestly, but that's okay. I just really don't want to Omniversal here is the only thing, right? Maybe we hold the Omniversal. Because I do like that squirrel getting buffed, you know? That's a significant amount of power for me. 3 power is a lot for this deck. Lasher! Oh, okay, I'll take that. Do we have any way to buff the... Ah, we missed the cube. Sad days. Sad days. Cube is denied. Well, not denied. Specifically, I guess. Anti-Venom. Okay. Anti-Venom still pointing me towards, like, gore stuff, I think. Once in future would be best on Squirrel Girl. King Eitree's gonna miss his timing window here. Yeah. I really just don't want to turn off Isle of Silence because I think we're going to be pretty good at that. Which means once in future, maybe it just hits Eitree. So I keep that squirrel active over there. I don't know. I have so much energy and like I just don't have enough. You know, I'm only going to draw 1 card here. There's no world where I'm kind of thinking for that reason, like Superior Spider-Man's pointless. Although, you know, I have also just been hitting a ton of once in futures, which doesn't help really. It's making Nicholas a little bigger, so that's fine, but not exactly the dream scenario. I guess like Images is probably our best play right now, right? Oh, that would have been cool to get a Cloning Vats card. They're gonna get a copied buffed Sage. They're getting 2 copied buffed Sage. Oh, unbelievable fail for us. Just unbelievable, unbelievable fail. We did actually draw the Agamotto, hilariously enough, but you just don't really trust it. Like, there's no world where this holds, you know? I don't know if I can stick it out for this many cubes, even. You imagine a, you know, 22 plus power Sage coming down here or whatever. I guess Sage and Agamotto are the same size, so 22 exactly. But they have 3 of them, but I mean they can only play 2. Does one go mid? I mean it might as well, right? One goes right, one goes mid. I don't think I ever beat that unless Omniversal Presence rolls like nowhere or something insane. I think we always lose this game, but I'll play it out for fun. Who knows? Nowhere could hit and we win the game and we're so pumped. Nowhere, 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 nowhere. Vormir! Even, I think I actually lost to nowhere now that I think about it because it was already 10 power. It actually had to be Vormir. The game knew better than I did, bro. That is so sick. Oh my god, Vormir would have just beat me 10, or excuse me, Nowhere would have beat me 10-4. Oh my god. Actual god tier plays. Unbelievable win, dude. How do we this is like, no one should ever play those out. I have the benefit of being, you know, a YouTuber. Like I can play it out for fun. I don't care that much about the cubes. I'll hit infinite anyway, even if it's the last day like last season. We ship it, but you should never do that. That is incredible. There might be 2 or 3 locations out of 150 or something that win you the game there. Absolutely irresponsible plays. We only won left by 1 point, by the way, which is crazy. What a game though, dude. Deafening Chord whiffed, unfortunately. Agamotto, Nicholas, Scratch, and King Eitree. Yeah, we'll put Eitree down first. Drawing a skill as soon as possible so that you get, like, you know, a chance for your temporal manipulation before you naturally draw the Agamotto. That's all just good policy. Scratch is totally fine. Let's put Scratch and Hunger away from each other and put Scratch next to Ninja so we've got like some potential scaling there. Eitree draws us a temporal manipulation. Very nice. Very good and cheap. We love those. Now we just need to not draw Agamotto naturally. Don't draw Agamotto naturally. I don't have to play the Hunger yet, by the way. I do actually wonder if it's maybe better to wait if I say that. Ooh, my first good Superior Spider-Man turn. Yes, I love it. Okay. I mean, this is why we put him in here, because we have a couple cards that can get green early, you know. I love it. Calling Wing. It is going to be tough to beat discard deck, though. You know, the power output on them is just so consistent and high. It can be tough. Scorn in particular is getting chained like crazy here, man. So many free buffs. I still think Scorn is Sleeper like one of the best cards in the game. It's actually crazy how much raw power she puts out, I think. It's kind of wild. Oh. This can hit the Morbius. It might not, but it can. Let's put Werewolf, I guess, mid. That's fine, whatever. It might not, but it can. Oh, it would be cool to have a Joaquin. You'd get 2 chances. Unlike Red Guardian, which always retargets the same thing, the wording on Deafening Chord means it doesn't. Oh, big hits! That is so clutch. That removes so much freaking power. And also, by the way, oh no, I can't hit Dracula. Never mind, can't hit Dracula. He's 4 cost, so it wouldn't work. But now I have a really good, you know, like I have 2 strong cards with Werewolf and Agamotto, and they've lost like one of their powerhouse cards, right? So for them, it's going to be tougher. All right, so if I go bolts, let's go bolts here, squirrel here. Squirrel here means Werewolf finishes right. I've got 1 spot mid and 1 spot left. Actually, you know, I think maybe I want Werewolf finishing mid because there's a chance he stays there. And I don't really want to have to contest the Dracula, right? I want to win these 2 spots. So just depending on what we draw, we may not actually get an on reveal, right? We've got actually most of our cards are not actually on reveal. So pretty good chance Werewolf ends up mid. So I'd have kind of Scratch and Werewolf holding down mid. And then, you know, maybe Agamotto left or something. Weirdly, I don't actually feel great about that mid, like, you know, even a MODOK going here, like Werewolf's big, but he's not that big, but I'm kind of stuck, so I don't know, I'm like hoping it holds. Oh, it's only Corvus Glaive. That makes me feel better. Scorn is gone again. Don't hit mid, don't hit mid. Okay, that's fine. Proxima goes right, which is actually kind of overkill for them, I would say. They only need, you know, in theory 7 points mid. I have so much freaking. Yeah, I mean, if they just rip a MODOK mid, they tie mid. You assume Dracula gets crazy big. I mean, is it really just MODOK mid? But what if they just put, like, you know, what if they just straight up... How do I have so much energy, by the way, dude? Bolt and Superior Spider-Man's crazy. It's too much. I don't have enough stuff in hand. Needed, like, a Merlin or something to give me more cards to play. Oh, I don't feel good about this. If they just play a big guy, though, is my thought. Like, if they beat mid with, like, just slam an Apocalypse or whatever, then the Dracula has a chance to be much, much worse. In which case, maybe the Agamotto actually holds right in that scenario. If they go MODOK mid, then we go down to tiebreakers. I've only got a 5-point lead left. How big is my lead right, you know? I don't know, dude. This is actually pretty shaky. They did go right. That means they maybe don't have it mid. I don't... Scorn again? What is happening here? Like, how do they expect to... Oh my god. That's a cool play. They were maybe hoping to hit double... Well, actually, they still can hit the Scorn buff mid. They don't hit the... Oh, that's so sick, dude. Bro, Scorn is buffing like crazy, but she didn't buff mid like they needed. She did buff left twice, which almost flipped. How many cards do they have in hand? They only had 1 card in hand, by the way. Maybe MODOK wasn't really the concern. Bro, if this had gone to tiebreakers, we get murdered. I don't know about this game, dude. I mean, clearly, by the way, Deafening Chord is the only reason it's remotely close. This would be a jillion power, right? It would have, we know that Scorn's at 12, so that's so many discards in and of itself already, right? This would be just way too big. Deafening Chord won the game, but this game was shaky. I don't know what I could have done better. I mean, maybe actually just putting the Agamotto mid and leaving the Werewolf somewhere else was slightly a better breakpoint because this was 11 instead of 13, right? Like 19 to 15 might have had better outs. I don't know. Maybe identifying their hand opportunity a little better too is like MODOK, Apocalypse, and Scorn weren't all possible, you know, because their hand had to be smaller than that if we'd looked. Hey, Deafening Chord, nice, dude. I haven't seen it much. My fault for making a really big deck, but still fun. Oh my god, insane. Already pumped. Hopefully we get priority here on this 50-50. Flip my way, flip my way, flip my way. It did flip my way. I think we go, right? Why not? Seems like something they're very... Oh, it's actually Arishem. Nah, never mind, just kidding. We wait, we can do better. We can do better. We wait. They don't care about that at all, right? An Arishem deck, so. Images, with Agamotto, it's never bad. I do have a good Superior Spider-Man thanks to Deadlands, so I think we'll just rip Scoop here and go from there. Seems like a fine spot to me, yeah. So Chord, I mean, this is again not a great target, not a great target. Let's try to find something. I mean, this would be maybe the last turn, but even here they can start playing 4-drops. So I guess we'll see. Rescue's a 4-drop, so not a great target. I mean, at some level, I think if we turn this off, this still buffs it, right? I don't think it cares. It's like the name that matters. Ooh, this is kind of fun though. Might not really be time for that quite yet though. Yeah, let's just set up a werewolf turn for now. Maybe try to lock them in right. Because we think they're playing a card here, right? So they might get kind of clogged out, right? I mean, maybe only one, but that leaves only one spot. Oh, they played 2. Perfect. Oh my god, dreamy. Gorgon is actually a nightmare for me. Wolf's Bane is going to be fine because we're, again, locking them in. So it's a pretty reasonable power total to reach as well, because now just a single Agamotto flips that. Oh, Horde helps too, I guess. We could maybe even be smaller than that. Joaquin Temporal Manipulation's pretty great. Let's just do this, I guess. It's... I mean, they have priorities, so there's a chance this catches something else. But, you know, it's +6 on an Agamotto, and... Well, I will say, I want the werewolf to bounce more, though, you know? Could maybe turn off the Gorgon here. If we just also leave werewolf here, that's gonna be enough to flip, right? Because he's gonna go to 7, 9. We're already at 16. This is gaining, so maybe then we just finish on Agamotto next turn. Yeah, just Agamotto wherever makes sense. Infinity Ultron is spooky. Quinjet Infinity Ultron is extra spooky, man. I don't like that at all. I guess we just leave mid then, though. I think it's just about winning right with Agamotto. Joaquin getting... Dude, that poor Joaquin. He's been through it today, man. So, yeah, I think it's definitely just this, right? Seems fine. Werewolf's not moving. I mean, in theory, something here could gain some power, but even Blue Marvel or whatever would put us at 18 to 18. We'd be playing tiebreakers, which Agamotto is pretty huge. So I hope that's okay. Luke Cage. Oh my god. He actually owns, dude. Wow. Oh my god, Luke Cage is so nuts, bro. Oh my god, hard countered. Blue Marvel was fine, but not Luke Cage. This had -6 on it, right? So they netted a crazy amount of points. Wow. Hey, Clea and Nicholas. Cool, cool. We got the Morph action figure portrait. I actually think that's amazing. Yeah, we could get some power left. Theoretically, I think Nicholas can get, you know, 3-4 there, maybe not too hard. Echo for us, it does matter for Joaquin Torres, so let's keep that in mind. Otherwise, probably not a big deal. Eitri and Clea, yeah, Clea maybe mid. I mean, honestly, why not both of these mid, right? Why not? Sometimes hard to get power in Quantum Realm, so I think that's okay. I mean, I was gonna maybe put them left for Starbrand Crater, but Quantum Realm has kind of made me reconsider that position. Now Marvel Boy would be an insane hit, wouldn't it? Marvel Boy. Deafening Chord. That doesn't seem particularly great. Could turn off Sam's shield or turn off the Echo. I mean, I don't really need to turn off the Echo, so I guess we turn off the shield and maybe we go Hunger here so that it has a chance to roll left, or maybe start scaling a little better in Quantum Realm, although it's only going to hit one time without Joaquin, so it's only really ever going to be 3, right? Winds of Watum, okay. Can't really use that in against the Mojo world, but you know, like moving out of Mojo world, I mean. But moving something weak into Mojo world could still be interesting. Ah, they actually hit the Sam a turn late, but the shield turn off here actually perhaps relevant. Now they can still move it, right? But they of course don't get buffs out of it. Oh, Marvel Boy hits a little late, but I'll take it. That's fine. No problem. I thought about trying to put a full Affliction core in here too, by the way, because you've got Clea, you've got Deafening Chord. It's like, how much Affliction do you actually want to put in here? Because it's a lot of potential debuffs, but I decided ultimately it didn't seem worth it. Didn't seem worth it. So since I have priority, are they going to play a card for this Moonstone right now, right? That's a question. Maybe. I could just like Giga debuff it and then finish on, well, I'm not actually very good at Mojo World at the moment. Weirdly, right? I have Agamotto only. I'm going to have a little extra energy from Starbrand Crater, right? Well, no, not necessarily. Well, yeah, Squirrel puts us at 9. I need one of the Marvel Boys to hit. I don't know. Double tapping this Moonstone's kind of funny, but I like that it goes mid because I just don't have any space for it, right? I don't know actually what this deck is, by the way. Echo, Sam, Moonstone's a bit of a weird set. I don't, oh, whoops, thought I hit in turn, sorry. So let's just double tap this Moonstone. She's super small mid, which, you know, when they have limited space and ability to get power there anyway, this might just lock in mid for us already, honestly. And turn off the Moonstone, you know, perhaps more importantly. Oh yeah, Scratch went to, oh yeah, Scratch is getting big. Okay, I forgot. Scratch is getting big anyway. Oh, Goliath mid though is actually nuts, dude. They split their ongoings enough that now they have a bit of a hit mid there. Shoot. And I hit a card that doesn't really, what does the opponent play? Like a Spectrum, They could move Sam's shield left and like Spectrum left. You know, that would be 4 and 1. Well, no, this is no longer ongoing, so it would be 4, 3, and I guess 11. So 14 points. This only pushes left to 13 points. Do they go for Mojo? Oh my god, dude. Like, where do they go, dude? 6 points here off a Spectrum. Goliath could also potentially scale. It's weird. It's so weird to put an Agamotto here, but I'm thinking like he is still 5 points, which might just be enough to flip. And then I just maybe give up right. This is a really weird play. Playing him in a Quantum Realm is so weird, but I think it's maybe right because I think I went right in mid this way. Spectrum might be a problem though still. I don't know, right? Like Marvel Boy could maybe, I think, would even it out. But it's not Spectrum because they played 2 cards, right? Woo! Oh, weird play, but it worked, man. Really weird play, but it works, dude. All right, dude. They could have gone for Mojo World, but they were only able to get to 3, and they really wanted to support their Carter. Oh my god, this is a weird game, dude. Deafening Chord, I mean, did it matter? I mean, yeah, it definitely mattered a little bit, I'm sure, right? Sam, they could have like filled up mid. My Moonstone would have missed. Like, yeah, I think it definitely mattered. Oh, it's a crazy, interesting game, actually. Let's get this guy blue, by the way. Really interesting game. Nah, I might wait, actually. I don't know. The only reason to not wait, I guess, would be if you hit Marvel Boy on 3 and you want to play Joaquin on 2. It's not crazy unlikely. We have 2 draws. Oh. Maybe we just get the Werewolf down for now then. In case we start top decking some skills we already want to play, like Deafening Chord or whatever. Opponent played right, unfortunately. Kind of Agatha played right, I guess. Which does mean if I hit Deafening Chord, I can't bounce the Werewolf on it. Oh, the extra draw hitting me. The Marvel Boy, though, is really nice. Okay, so this is going to fill out right, but I can always bring Werewolf back in later, I guess. With skills, that is, you know. I don't know. It's kind of weird how much I'm condensing, right? But I think it's actually okay. Lady Sif, it's Giganto. Okay. Agatha and Giganto gone. Getting hella vibes, right? I haven't really looked at many Agatha lists lately, but I'm assuming they're still doing a lot of hella stuff. Hey, so priority here is really nice. We'll rip the double deafening chord. This is just going to be a debuff here, really, right? Like, I don't think a silence is really going to matter much in this scenario. It's more about just -2 power on this one. And, of course, the werewolf moving. Hopefully we start hitting Clea, of course, with our Marvel boy. The squirrels, you know, it's really nice to get that power, but you do slightly, you know, you get a chance you miss your Clea because there's so many squirrels. So that's less than ideal. Oh, I am locking up right with that Clea. I just forgot. Oh, crap. I'm dumb. Oh, crap. I forgot about Bifrost. Right, so locked in now. Maybe that's okay. Maybe we're losing it anyway, right? So maybe it's okay. Hit Clea. No, we missed it. Shoot. I feel like an idiot now, though, to be honest. Oh, boy. This also sucks. Like, boy, oh, boy. Since we didn't hit the Clea, I have so little, like... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I don't have a lot of ways to bounce in an interesting way, you know? Oh, boy. Black Bolt. Oh, boy. It's getting worse. Okay, we did hit Clea this time. So mid is actually super disruptive now with -6 points. Do you trust that to hold, though? Like 20 left, and then you've got kind of a 14-point lead mid. I mean, it just depends 100% on the hella, right? Oh, actually, we're getting Werewolf to move here. Do we want Werewolf to move back? Yeah, I think we want Werewolf to move back, right? Yeah. He'll be even bigger that way. I actually think this could hold. Yeah, I think this could hold. I honestly think this is pretty decent. It's a lot of numbers because you're gonna have a significant debuff mid. Like the Joaquin is really powerful here, right? It's 18-point lead. Oh, bro, that was almost the sickest counter I've ever seen, dude. They really tapered off here. Not hella, by the way, apparently. Just regular Agatha stuff. They really tapered off there, though, man. Like the start was strong and the finish was weak, dude. They deleted so much negative power, man. That was sick. Lady District was such a good counter. I don't like the way I played this, though. I shouldn't have locked up mid. I should have put Clea left so that right had one more space available. Like, I guess in some ways I did sort of like leave myself more play for Werewolf and other cards mid. Because, like, you know, this final turn I was able to weave out a lot of things there, which maybe wouldn't have happened if Clea was clogging it up. Because remember, there was a Joaquin here, too. So I don't know. Maybe it actually kind of weirdly worked out, but I can't claim that was intentional. That was just, I don't know. I don't think we planned it well. All right, War Machine. Oh, okay. That could really annoy the opponent. If they try to do War Machine shenanigans. This variant's crazy looking. Very angular, very geometric art. Looks wild. Kunlun actually insane for Werewolf by Night. I'm sure we won't hit him this game because that's how it goes. Oh, Pixie War Machine deck. Very cool. They added a copy of Pixie to hand. That doesn't seem like a particularly useful copy, but they're probably just playing out on curve. Not a lot of choices there. Asteroid M, let's definitely keep in mind. Bolts here makes sense to me. Next turn is some kind of War Machine, Clea, Scroll, or something. Hope Summers. All right, so a lot of energy cheat, a lot of potential shenanigans afoot here. About like where I want things to go right now, you know. Asteroid M doesn't really impact me much. Kunlun, I mean, theoretically, we had a Werewolf by Night is pretty good, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess, to be honest. Sure hope I played those squirrels in the right order here. That's all I'm thinking about. Shuri, dude, very scary. Okay, is it gonna be like? What's the War Machine for? To have like Infinite stuff? You know, I'm thinking about all kinds of things here. I mean, in theory, we don't have to go right. Luke's Bar. Oh, that might just be a free win left, which means now maybe we just need to contest mid, which actually Agamotto plus stuff is probably pretty good at. Maybe even once in future here. I don't know. I need another body for this squirrel girl. Luke's bar is not always safe, right? There's things like, I don't know, you know, Dr. Doom or something. Oh my God, they're okay. So this is definitely gonna be like an Infinite or something, right? But how do you win the next? How do you win the next location? She-Hulk, Infinite, like Pixie discounts, we just don't know. But anything to play that's small mid. Okay, that's perfect, I guess. Yeah, and then maybe do we rip a Polymorph here for some spice, some disruption? I don't know even what it would be. You know, some kind of 5-cost disruptor. I don't know. I don't think anything really, but I don't want to do it left because it might risk, you know, you roll a Carnage or something. I don't even know if Carnage would be bad, but I don't know. I think this has a pretty good chance of holding, right? 30 points mid's insane. I'm kind of trusting left, maybe foolishly. I don't know. But Images of Icon here feels like it's going to be a home run. I don't think there's any risks for me in the 5 slot, are there? Black Panther's bigger, at least. Not remotely going to be enough, we suspect, but bigger at least. Yeah, it's just Infinite plus. Wow. Wow. Wow, dude. Oh my God, dude. Wow. So this obviously went to 0. This had to be significantly discounted by Pixie then, because they also played a full cost Agamotto, right? So this was 0 and 5, and they only had actually 6 energy this turn. I mean, you know, they had more the turn before that made She-Hulk 0. So that basically had to be like a 1 cost or 0 cost Agamotto, or excuse me, Infinite, I guess. Wow, I wish it showed the discount. Wow. Oh, I don't know if I had a way to get any stronger than this, right? I feel like this was my maximum output. Wow. Whoa, no waiting on locations this game, I guess. That's cool. Whoa. Oh my God, dude. I don't really have enough cards. Oh my God, Space Throne Monster, and a lot of interesting things happening. Okay, well, Clea Marvel Boy is a fun start though, I'll say. Icon later too can buff up there like crazy. Wins. Opponent has priority. Hear me out. 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 We're gonna rip it right now. No! What? Oh no, there's no more Space Stone, so it doesn't matter. We're at least getting a target, so that's good news. We're at least getting a hit. That's great news. This is a wild game already, dude. This is crazy. So big lead left now, and mid, they're a little more space clogged, I guess. We could just keep ripping mid with flames, yeah, and then just use left as our big lead, and then maybe splash right with images later too, you know. Poor have you ever seen a monster this tiny, dude? Sad. It's really sad. Feel bad for this guy. Hunger. Oh yeah, E3 will activate Hunger. I guess maybe Hunger going right again would be cool for images. It's kind of packed at 3. If it goes left, I'm like a little sad maybe, but not the worst. Right's just better. Nice. The images right's crazy powerful. 30 points there. Hit the same monster again. It's so funny. Nice. It doesn't always target lowest or anything, does it? It just says, yeah, just flicked an enemy. That's just random. Oh, Clea's gone. We're losing our flames. No. We also lose an icon hit, which actually pretty relevant, I would say. Next turn we have 9, so we can do both of these, but I don't really have another body, right? I needed another cheap body to make this feel better. Jubilee comes back, locks them in left. Do they flip enough? They don't flip enough. Agatha gone. They didn't get a choice, I guess. Okay. Second Agatha deck I've played today. Making a little comeback. That's cool. I mean, yeah, we assume Superior Spider-Man just wins there, and then Agamotto wins mid most of the time, and then we actually still have an images flip right if I draw any actual character. I do need a hold up, there's still the blink's insane. Well, now I can just go images left though for a guaranteed 30 to 27, right? And then I just play Joaquin to shore up here. Yeah, that seems fine now. Blink is an insane hit there, dude. They're snapping. Does that mean they're confident mid? What do they have mid that's enough? I'm going to a 19-point lead. There's no way. The Infinite would be the only thing big enough, right? Maybe they just think left holds. Which, that actually tracks. It's pretty hard to hold. What does that do? Oh, that's nothing. Oh, Legion again. Oh my god. That's a sick play again, dude. That's such a sick play again. This guy's really hitting some home runs, man. But we hold. It's all good. This was some sick stuff. I thought the Agatha screwed them, but then the Blink saved it. Like, man, what a cool play. Dude, again, Temporal Manipulation and Agamotto together. How frustrating. I guess that means I just wait, because like I can maybe get a lot more value off this later, off Werewolf, Joaquin, etc. Like, no rush. Throne Room really, really good for Agamotto, so that's nice. Bolts will take, that's fine. It's my wizard deck. Unfortunately, 2 skills in hand. That's a little tough. Joaquin, though, is very cool. Okay, so now we'll go Joaquin Temporal. Squirrel Girl can do cool stuff with Once and Future later. We probably don't want to put it on the Joaquin. That's likely too many bodies, but we like this at least. So we're going to have a 18 power Agamotto, which, boy, is that going to be enough to beat Throne Room with the Shuri? I don't know. Are they going to do weird Venom stuff or like weird, even like, I don't even know, weird Galactus stuff maybe? I could see some weirdness happening here. Let's do this. I got one more turn for bolts, so I think we can wait. Get the werewolf in ASAP here. I don't know about I've seen these weird Firehair Galactus decks, but I gotta think about how it works. I don't know. Shadowland, there's no base Galactus happening, but it could still happen. Werewolf goes right. Because the Firehair can become the Galactus, basically, right? Omniversal, we could maybe turn that off if we get another one. Wolverine might be weird for us. Squirrel Girl also now is a little strange. But I guess Once in Future becomes much nicer now. I can't Once in Future twice, though. I guess I don't have to bolts yet since I don't have this. I also... Yeah, I guess what we do now is Squirrel Girl, huh? Let's do like Squirrel Girl here. That leaves one spot here. Oh, actually, if I do this, I won't even get the squirrel there, which is probably better, actually, yeah. You go squirrel there, Wolverine here. Yeah, this is fun. Oh, actually, Once in Future is going off twice, right? So I'm gonna lose my Joaquin. Is that okay? I think it might actually be okay, yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of extra energy I don't really know what I'm gonna do with yet, I guess, but that might be fine. Like, I don't really want to redraw him, I guess, is the only maybe consideration there. It would kind of suck to redraw him. Werewolf is very big mid. For now. Wong as well. Wait, they're doubling the Wong. Okay, there is something weird happening here, right? Like, there's something weird happening here. It's gonna be weird Galactus stuff, right? Oh, what if we just turn the game off, though? Who cares? Like, who cares? Move Werewolf there. You images into double Agamotto and then pull Werewolf back mid. I think this holds, actually. Merlin gets even bigger. You get 2 Agamottos and a Werewolf. Surely that beats whatever weird thing they're doing mid. Oh, they went left, though. Oh, shoot. I guess that sets up tiebreaker, though. Maybe this is fine. What is this going to be? Eternity range, that's no problem. Nicholas comes back mid. You've got 36, 36, and Werewolf's a little smaller, so he's going to say 15, I guess. Surely there is no world in which this loses a tiebreaker. They're drawing a lot of cards. Kid Omega. There's just... Yeah, I don't know. Something weird was going to happen. I don't know what it was going to be, but... I don't know. Deafening Chord here would have turned off any fire hair risk as well. Like, I'm seeing a lot of games where Deafening Chord would matter, but I just don't draw it that much because we're doing a lot of, like, the deck's bigger, we're just less likely to find it, which is a little unfortunate for a new card, but it felt like the right way to build the deck. So not going to throw the deck just for a few extra draws here and there.